It seems that what's happening now in the One Piece manga, especially on Elbaf Island, is laying the groundwork for revealing one of the most mysterious events in the series' entire history, the God Valley incident. To understand why this matters, we need to look at the recent battle that broke out between Somers and Scopper Gaban. This confrontation didn't come out of nowhere. Rather, it arrived charged with historical undertones and signs of a buried past that is slowly coming to light. What makes this even more striking is the moment when Gaban cut off Somers' arm. It didn't feel like an act driven by rage, nor like the outcome of an ordinary battle. Instead, it clearly carried a personal weight, a tension rooted in something deeper. Gaban even hinted at this when he said, "It's been a long time since we last met." That single line was enough to send shock and fear across Somers' face, a reaction we've never seen from him before. It was as if the very past he had tried to forget had suddenly returned to confront him. This intense moment between them strongly suggests a bloody history, one that most likely goes back to the legendary God Valley battle, where Garp and Roger reportedly joined forces against the fearsome Rocks pirates. It's entirely possible that Gaban and Somers encountered each other during that very battle, which brought pirates and holy knights together on the same battlefield. Interestingly, these manga events now line up with something the Netflix live-action production team revealed. They announced that Season 2 will feature a theatrical performance in Logetown that dramatizes the God Valley incident. This isn't a coincidence. Oda would never allow such a direct reference in the live-action show unless he intended to explore that same event in the manga first. After all, Oda is famously protective of his story's deepest secrets. He never reveals major details lightly, especially when it comes to something as critical as God Valley, which is closely tied to the mysterious figure known as Rocks. Oda has kept Rocks hidden from fans for years, building up anticipation. Now, with the sudden introduction of Somers and his direct connection to Scopper Gaban, we're clearly being led toward a deeper revelation. It seems more and more likely that the coming chapters will serve as a gateway into the past, and perhaps finally unveil the legendary battle that reshaped the world. So ultimately, Elbaf isn't just shaping up to be a battleground between the Straw Hats and the Holy Knights. It's also becoming a historical stage where the map of the past is being redrawn. It feels as though Oda is slowly but surely beginning to open the long-locked chest of secrets. And when we place all of this within a real-world timeline, it becomes increasingly logical to assume that Oda plans to reveal the God Valley incident during this arc, or at least by the time it ends, before it's depicted in a more stylized, condensed way in the second season of the live-action series. Oda would never allow a television adaptation to outpace the manga or spoil its secrets prematurely. So, the theatrical reference to God Valley in Logetown should be seen not as a true unveiling, but merely a shadow, a reflection of the truth that will be told from its original source. The encounter between old generation figures like Somers and Scopper Gaban is no coincidence. It's a calculated move, a deliberate step in the grand narrative Oda has been constructing for decades. And now, we are closer than ever to the moment where that plan begins to fully unfold. The return of a character like Gaban, someone who has remained hidden for decades, and his sudden clash with a member of the new ruling force, the Holy Knights, cannot be taken as mere happenstance. Rather, it serves as a clear prelude to the eventual revelation of what happened on that mysterious island, the one that changed the balance of the world forever. Elbaf, which may at first seem like just another battlefield where Luffy faces a new enemy as always, is gradually transforming into a historical arena, one where the sealed files of the past might finally be reopened and the shattered fragments of forgotten history reassembled. This might very well be the first time that Oda decides to reveal the God Valley incident in full, not through vague hints or cryptic stories, but through an actual historical flashback that lays out the truth. All signs now point toward the long-awaited moment finally arriving, the moment when that elusive chapter which has puzzled fans for so long is brought to light. And perhaps Elbaf is more than just a pit stop on Luffy's journey to the One Piece. Maybe it's the crossroads where past and present converge, and the truth at last steps out of legend and into reality. And after Oda gave us brief glimpses glimpses of the God Valley battle during Kuma's flashback in the Egghead arc, it's now clear that those hints were not random. They were a deliberate preview of what's to come. Even though the details in that flashback were sparse, they were enough to ignite deep curiosity among readers. Now, with the story shifting to Elbaf, and the plot taking a dangerous turn as Scopper Gaban stands face to face with Somers, all the pieces are falling into place. The signs are stronger than ever. Oda is preparing to unveil the full truth behind that legendary battle. This encounter between Gaban and Somers is not merely a new conflict, but rather a revival of an old confrontation dating back to God Valley. Since both of them were present during that incident, their current presence on Elbaf is unlikely to be a coincidence. Instead, it serves as a deliberate signal that Oda is intentionally linking the present to the past, setting the stage to unveil the mysteries of that elusive event. As tensions escalate on Elbaf, there is a strong possibility that Oda will reveal for the first time the true form of Rock's DZ Beck, the legendary figure who remains shrouded in mystery to this day. If Kuma's flashback offered the first glimpse behind the veil of secrecy, then the Elbaf arc may well be the moment when the curtain is fully lifted on the God Valley battle, allowing Oda to place the final pieces of the puzzle and deliver the long-awaited complete picture to fans. With Scopper Gaban finally re-entering the scene after decades of absence, his appearance might not simply be to support Luffy in battle. He could be carrying a heavy legacy, a living witness to the God Valley incident. While the focus is on the ongoing fight in Elbaf, it is thrilling to consider that Gaban's role may extend beyond combat. He could serve as a narrator for events that no one else dares to recount. Having a character from Roger's era who fought at God Valley gives Oda the perfect means to tell the truth from the perspective of an eyewitness. Moreover, Gaban's account could reveal that God Valley was not just a clash between pirates and the government, but a coup against the dark forces within the government itself. Rocks may not have been just a crazed pirate as portrayed, but rather a symbol of a radical revolutionary ideology that terrified both the government and the pirates alike. This perspective might completely reshape our understanding of Rocks, prompting us to question, was the true enemy Rocks himself or the world government that conspired to silence him? Perhaps this is why the Gorosei have continued to conceal the truth and forbid anyone from speaking about that battle. Therefore, Gaban is not just an old fighter, he is a bearer of truth, and his voice could be the key to unlocking a chapter of history that no one wants to remember. On the other hand, Gaban may be carrying a significant secret that could change Luffy's and all fans' understanding of the power of the Holy Knights. Somers possesses a unique ability of immortality and regeneration. How was Gaban able to sever Somers' hand despite this extraordinary power? This mystery could be the key to a deeper understanding of the ancient battle that took place at God Valley. It is likely that Gaban will reveal to Luffy a special and powerful type of haki, perhaps a rare or advanced form of armament haki or advanced ryo, which he used in that battle to overcome Somers' immortality and regeneration. This revelation will not only strengthen Gaban's position as a pivotal character in the story, but it will also open new horizons for understanding haki and how it can be developed to reach levels beyond natural abilities, providing Luffy and his friends with new insights and strategies for their upcoming journey.